The Raxium Icon taillight and sequential kit combo is a great way for all 99 to 04 Mustang owners looking to add some modern and aggressive styling that will totally transform the rear of the car. Now, the DOT-approved Raxiums will combine a gloss black housing with a smoke lens and that red LED lighting, all while the added sequential kit will give your turn signals and hazards that iconic look for right around the low $500 price point. Install, according to the site, guys, gonna get a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here. Maybe take you a couple of hours to complete from start to finish, but hang with me for a bit and we'll show you how it's done later in the video. So in my humble opinion, the Raxium Icon taillights are gonna live up to that Icon name in 2 big ways. First and foremost, they are going to mimic the styling found on the 13 through 14 taillights, which, by the way, might be one of my favorite taillight designs of all time. The combination of the black housing with the red LED tri-bar appearance really set those years apart from the rest of the early S197s. But factor in the added sequential kit that you're also getting here from Raxium, and you're going to step up that iconic look even further thanks to the sequential pattern to things like your brake lights, your turn signals, and your hazards. And that is a unique feature found on both the old and even the new Mustangs alike. But let's break down the appearance and functionality of the Icons first. And as you can see, with everything powered off, the Raxiums are gonna deliver a very stealthy look thanks to that combination of the black housing and the smoke lens. However, once you fire these things up, your parking lights or your headlights, those tri-bar LED lights do come to life thanks to the modern and extremely bright red LEDs. Now, the outline of the tri-bar will illuminate sort of as your running lights, while the inside blocks here are going to handle things like your brake light and turn signal duties. Finally, guys, your reverse light can be found here right on the inside portion of that bottom block. And that's gonna be done so in a very stealthy way, but also very bright because those also receive the LED treatment as well. Now again, those brake lights and turn signals, as we mentioned earlier, do get a little bump in appearance thanks to the included sequential taillight harness. Again, this is a fully plug-and-play kit, guys, that is gonna turn your standard on-off brake lights and turn signals into that unique sequential pattern that Mustangs have used both back in the day and again, even with some of the newer cars. Now, one thing the site does point out here, and it's certainly worth mentioning, guys, is that with the standard harness, basically what you're seeing here on the table, that sequence is going to be pretty fast. Now, some people might actually prefer that look. However, if you did want to slow it down a little bit, well, then you will have to also grab Raxium's turn signal modifier here on the site, which will give you a little bit more of that factory style speed. Now, on that same topic, guys, there are 2 versions of that sequence modifier based on what kind of bulbs you end up using. Now, if you do end up transferring over your stock incandescent bulbs, then you're gonna look for the Raxium V1 modifier. Now, if you do plan on upgrading or have upgraded your bulbs to LED options, well, then you'll wanna grab the V2 modifier. Very important stuff, guys, otherwise they will not work. Now, with that being said, this kit does not include any bulbs, so just be aware of that. Now, last but not least, guys, this kit does get the SAE and DOT stamp of approval, and that will help make these legal for use in all 50 states. But now we want to segue into the install, and again, for the most part, guys, this is a very simple swap. Removing the stock taillights and installing the new Icons is a matter of 3 nuts, while the harness itself will be a plug-and-play job. It's also nice that they do number each one of the sockets. Pay attention to those because it's very easy to get that sequencing pattern out of order. But now to give you a better idea of just how this will all go down on your SZ95 at home, feel free to check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools used for this install: a 3/8 ratchet, a plastic clip removal tool, a pair of cutting pliers, 10 and 11 millimeter sockets. Hey guys, I'm gonna show you how to install our taillights here on our 99 Mustang, but first we're gonna watch a quick uninstall video of how to take our taillights off, and then we'll jump right back into the install.
First up here, pop your trunk, grab a panel removal tool, and we're gonna remove this plastic trim by the trunk latch. Now, you can get around this by just pulling back the liner on the left and right side, but you may end up cracking it. Now, to avoid that, you wanna remove this, and then the liner in one piece. So we're gonna grab our panel tool, and we're gonna pry up and remove these push pin clips. These are pretty much Christmas tree clips. And by pulling them back, you can see they come straight out. Get all 4 of them off. All right, from there, this panel comes off. Now what we want to do is on the top left and top right of this entire trunk liner piece, we want to remove those clips as well. So you can see we have one here and then the same on the other side. Pops right off. All right. It might be easier for you if you're having trouble, you can unthread it. Sometimes they're threaded in and you can pull back. All right, from here, this piece comes off in one piece. And what I like to do is just push it forward. You don't have to do too much with it. Just push it a little bit forward. Now there are 4 nuts we want to remove. One here, and then if we pull this down, you can see one at the top and one on the far side. Grab an 11mm socket and get these off. Really, once you break them loose, you can get them off by hand. You want to set these aside to be reinstalled later. All right, once you have all 4 of these off, you're going to come back to your taillight harness here. What you're going to do is pull back and disconnect. There's a little tab there that you just need to pull back on, and you pull and disconnect it. It's pretty simple. At this point, we can pull our taillight. All right, from here, what you'll do is pull straight back. And you can see this is still connected. What we want to do is disconnect the harness completely. But as you can see, there's a rubber grommet going through the hole. From the inside, you can really just push and also pull back on that grommet, and it'll disconnect, just like that. All right, we can set our factory one aside.
So now we have our stock taillight removed from the vehicle. I'm going to show you how to install our new wiring harness on this one. We're not going to be using this wiring harness, but we will be using the light bulbs out of this. I'm going to take them out, show you how to put them in, and show you how to install our new harness onto our new light. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with this outer bulb here, and I'm just going to pull it out. And just grab the bulb, pull the bulb out, and I'll put this back in place. And then we'll put this one into our new taillight. Now, as you can see, they're all labeled 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how the manufacturer says they go in. So I'm just going to put this in, get this bulb in, and we'll put this one in. Give it a twist, just like that. We'll go on to the second one here. Pull this one out, remove the bulb. I'm gonna put this right back into our factory tail light. I'm gonna find number 2 here. I think that's this one here. Put the light bulb in. And get this one in place here. Like that. Go on to our last one here. Pop this out. Pop our bulb out. Again, put it back in place. Get our socket that says 3 on it. And put that one in here. There we go. Just got to move it around to feel it go in. Now, the bottom one here, we're not going to be using. This one here, so this is just going to stay out of the way. Then we're going to take our harness, and it has a box here. We're going to take this box, probably put it somewhere like that when we stick this back in. With the extra light harness, everything's going to kind of stay there. This is going to get plugged into the new harness down here. So we'll just take that, push that into place, like that. And then this will be what we connect back to our car. And we'll have this to go through the fire or to the body where the body bushing came out here. We'll have this one to go through that. So now we have our tail light here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cut into our rubber grommet. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we have 2 connectors here that have to feed through this hole, which is what we took the stock harness out from. So to allow them to go through, I'm going to make a cut here with my cutting pliers so that this wire can lay inside here, and then we can push everything through the hole. So I'm just going to take my cutting pliers. I'm going to get up in here. I'm going to make a cut into this grommet. So that way it feeds that wire through. And I might even go and make a cut this way a little bit to give it some access for the wire to stay in there. And the same over here. Make a cut like that and just open that up a little bit, pretty much like that. That'll allow this harness to feed in there, and it'll be able to close up like that when we pull it through the other side. So now what we're going to do, now that we made our cut there, we're going to fish the first connector through and then the second connector through and get our grommet in place here. And then I'm just going to start our grommet into the hole and pull it through the other side. And now we have both connectors through there like that. We'll be able to take our tail light and stick it in place. So now we're just going to slide our tail light, line up our holes here. And get it into place just like that. And we'll start our 10 millimeters on the back side. So now I'm going to install our nuts on the back of our studs here. Now on our car, we're missing some, so I only have 3 of them. So I'm going to take my 10 millimeters and get these started and run them on by hand. There's one there. I'm going to put one down here on this stud. And again, you probably have more on yours than what we do. We're missing some. And I'm going to put one down here all the way on the bottom. And I'm going to tighten them up and take my 10 millimeter on my ratchet here. And the same over here. Now we'll hook up our wiring harness. So now we're going to take the other part of our harness here. I'm going to plug this into this harness here. That's one there. Take this one. Plug it into that one. And plug this one into this one down here. So now we have our harness in place. We'll be able to put our covers back in place here. And again, on our vehicle, we are missing some of these tabs that hold it in place. But you know, you're just going to want to repeat this whole installation procedure on the opposite side. That wraps up this review and install of our Raxiom Icon LED tail lights and sequential tail light kit. Black housing smoke lens for 99 to 04 all, excluding 99 to 01 Cobras. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.